Yeah. Oh well, you need to make a Super Bowl. Oh, you need to be the real. It's always something, bro. I don't hear this. I don't hear y'all have this energy for no other quarterback.
The defense, they went up against a rookie QB, so we're gonna see what they do against a. We're gonna see.
But if he would have lost, y'all would have been flaming him up though. If he would have lost again, y'all be flaming him up talking about his playoff track record. I don't even hear where's his energy for Josh Allen. He been losing every year. What AFC title game he went to?
Our energy for Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen always falls out in the games. It's either his defense or something that like lets him down.
So he gets excuses. Is what y'all saying? He may not be the reason they lost, but he wasn't the reason they won either. All right, what up? What up? Welcome to the All Grind Sports Show. We are politically incorrect. I go by the name of JC, and I'm here with my wonderful brothers and co-hosts, man. Back at you once again, man, with the championship preview / divisional recap. Thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate that. So let's get right into it, man. First off, we got one of our familiar, unfamiliar faces in the building. My guy decided to pull up, man, and pop his spit. One of the most brilliant minds I know with the sports spit, man. My guy GA back in the building.
What up, y'all? I got a few words. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go.
I was about to say, look like you took off all your Viking gear, man. Like, it's playoff time. He got the other squad on.
Yep. When it's playoff time, I got to be a Niners fan, man, because these Vikes don't like to make the playoffs too often.
So let me ask you something. Let's say the Vikings and Niners meet in the NFC Championship. Who you rocking with?
I'm probably gonna go with the Vikings, honestly,
because that's more. I guess
he said probably.
That's more me.
Yeah,
that's more me.
Probably.
I'd go with the Vikings.
You gotta go with the home squad. Plus they don't have nearly as much recent success. So
yeah.
Well, they both ain't won nothing, but you get my drift. And then we got my youngin from the So Icy gang, tatted like a biker gang. The guy who needs no introduction, but my boy, Andre the Sports Junkie.
It's Podcast Tuesday.
I was curious if he was still going to give him one on Monday. He said, I don't give a F what day it is.
Wait, what's today? Oh, crap. Today is Monday. Damn. It's Podcast Monday. And real quick.
You know what? It'll probably still work, though, because this will probably be out on Tuesday. So it still works.
You can edit that Monday part out there.
Right.
But real quick, before we get started, I just wanted to say real quick, if there is anyone that is looking for a sports writer / sports announcer, I don't care where I start, start from the bottom, work my way up. But if there's anyone watching this show and you need someone who is hardworking and wants it, please don't look any further than me. Like I said, if you want to contact me, hit me up on Instagram, which I'll give you at the end of the show. But if there's anyone out there,
I'll have it at the bottom too. I'll have it at the bottom right here. So contact my guy, Andre Sports Junkie. You can hit some of these high schools and colleges out here, man, and, start blasting them all too. But as he said, man, y'all reach out to my guy, man. One of the, his name ain't Sports Junkie for no reason. And we can leave it at that. How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm excited, man.
Time, right?
Yes, it's also a sad time of the year, too.
Yeah. As I say, the best first time of the year for most.
We're already at the conference championship.
We got 3 games left until the NFL season is over. Have y'all heard it? Have y'all thought about that yet?
I thought about that yesterday. Yeah.
Just 3 of them left, man. But we will crown.
The Hardballs are gonna get together.
We
on
will
the same
crown
team.
us a official champion. I could tell y'all what team I hope is not, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's just get it going, man. We had CJ season. come to an end, man. Talk about this Texans and Ravens game, man. What was y'all thoughts on that? The Cinderella story is over.
I mean, it was all good. Honestly, CJ in Houston, it wasn't bad at the beginning, but it was the second half. Baltimore just kind of woke up
When Baltimore turned into Baltimore.
Yeah, and then they pretty much reminded everyone, hey, we're the number one seed for a reason. We slacked,
Right.
but we picked it up. And again, CJ, no one had them winning the division and making it past the first round of the playoff game, let alone a playoff game.
Right.
They got expectations, but now it's time to head back and figure out now how do we win and advance further.
And I was saying that too, like just the way Baltimore is constructed and the way Lamar is on a mission this year. I just wish CJ could have played anybody else but Lamar this round, because I feel like he would have had at least had a chance if it was anybody else. But Baltimore is on a mission right now. Harbaugh is high off the championship. You know what I'm saying, from his people.
Just saw his brother win one.
Yeah, it's like it's it's a lot, man. Like, so he tried to stick around, hang around in the first half, and in the second half we were able to see the disparity between the two teams. But I'm actually glad that the Texans got that butt whipping, because that's something that they can learn from and build upon now. Like, okay, like we've seen the worst that we could possibly see, so now going forward, you know what I mean? There's nobody who can really scare them now, so.
And another thing too about that is they got to clean up those penalties. They had 11 of them, bro, but they had 7 in the first half when they had about 3 or 4 in their win against Cleveland.
Right.
So it was
pivotal
like
moments too.
They were terrible against the run. They were absolutely terrible against the run. They couldn't stop that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there wasn't a lot of big news coming out of this game, because I feel like a lot of people expected this for the Ravens to not necessarily dominate, but kind of control the whole game. But I feel like it was a success for both teams, because the Houston Texans made it this far. Nobody thought they would, let alone win the division, like you said, but even win a playoff game. So I kind of expected this. So good luck, Houston, next year.
And shout out to an amazing season. Y'all won the effing division.
Jacksonville fell apart.
And by the way,
I think like Ragu said last week, I think you'll be hell pressed to find somebody who gave them more than 3 wins when the season started.
Right.
And by the way, CJ Stroud came out of Ohio State. Finally
broke
State
that curse, huh?
got someone to the effing
hold on, hold your horses, man. We don't know, the sophomore slump is still there. You might want to wait a second. Don't speak too soon. But yeah, next year is when we see like if he really meant that. Like if he comes out next year and looks just as poised and slice and dice it still, even though they have all the film on him and they played him. That's when we'll see, like, okay, like, yeah, he's for real. And I believe he is for real. I do. Because I think I saw it game 1 when I seen him play. I remember I came on the show and I mentioned it. I was like, I know the stats didn't look all that great, but I was like, it's something about that kid right there. I don't know what it is, but he's showing me something. Now, I didn't think it was going to be that fast, to where he was going to have a run like that. But I saw some flashes early in the season and he proved me right so far. So. Shout out CJ.
It's the eye test, man. Like your stats have to be good, but you can just see what he can ball, man.
I'm like part of the reason I even do this show, I just want to be a voice for getting rid of these stat nerds. And it's not like there's nothing wrong with getting the stats and following and all of that, but we have to get back to just knowing the sport, watching the sport, and being able to evaluate off that and not letting players manipulate with numbers like that trash spit that Dak did last week at Green, against Green Bay, and then trying to make it seem like, oh, he didn't have that bad of a game. Like, no, he was dog water. But if you didn't watch the game and just look at the numbers, you'd be like, oh, like it wasn't Dak's fault today.
In other words, JC, just say it like this: anyone who didn't watch that Dallas Green Bay game, The score makes it look close, but don't let it fool you because it was much, much further than that.
They were down 32 with like, what, 5 minutes left?
Bro, they were down 27 at halftime, but I mean, right before the end of they were down 27-7 at halftime. And then by the third quarter, I think it was 48-16. So don't let that fool you.
Right. What do you guys think Houston needs to do this offseason?
I feel like I like their offense. Maybe get like a solid running back and beef up that offensive line maybe on the offensive side of the ball. Because they got that Will Anderson guy, right? On the D-line? Yeah.
Honestly, I think... Oh, go ahead. My bad, GA.
Oh, you good.
They can definitely use a running back because Damian Pierce, I don't know what that was this year, but it's time to go back to the drawing board for that position. Singletary, he was decent in some of the games, but I mean, the Bills got rid of him for a reason. Like he's not like I don't think he's a championship starting
or a
quality
game
running
changer.
back.
Yeah. I don't think he's that big of a game changer either, really. Like he'll have some explosive moments, but I mean, it's rare that he'll get one. Like when he does have one, you're like, oh, whoa, damn.
Like I said, the Bills have been starving for a running back for years, and Singletary's been there the whole time. So that should tell you all you need to know.
And Pierce won't get the job done.
What you think they should do, Jay?
Honestly, pretty much upgrade that running back position. Again, no disrespect to Singletary, but he's just not there. He's not someone you're going to run 15, 20 times.
Right.
I just think they
at least.
But I just think they need to, if they can establish some running backs, they'll get that ground game going, and then it can help CJ more with that play action.
There's going to be like a tough.
Now you're going to get defenses where if they do get a running back, a good running back or an average running back that can slice them up, that can slice up a defense. Now the defense is like, shit. Well, is he going to hand it off or is he going to play action? Because when you run it so many times, it's going to open the play fake.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to be a tough. There's going to be a tough running back market out there this summer as well. So I wonder if they try to make a splash and go after the Henrys or Josh Jacobs, and I wonder if they like try to go in on those guys. Pause.
He is a free. I forgot Henry is on the free agency list too.
There's quite a few. I know I'm forgetting some off the top of my head, but those are the main two that I know for a fact are unrestricted free agents this summer. And I don't believe they can be tagged. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. If I was Houston, I know they try to act like the running back position is like a dire thing, but man, if I'm them, it could only help you going to get an elite running back in this league. I think Henry still got at least another year or two left of elite running back play. I know it seemed like a down year this year, but their line wasn't much of anything to snuff at. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much I'm with you guys. Really, they just got to fix that running back position. I think once Tank, Nico, and Noah Brown and all them guys come back healthy, they're gonna be a load to deal with. They didn't have
Tank either. But real quick, I want to also add that golly, they need to stop the run next season because they were obliterated this year and in the playoffs, and it showed against the Ravens. You got to.
They're in a great position to where like the stuff that they need to fix are like minor. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not drastic.
I don't look at them and think like, oh my gosh, you guys have so much work to do. Where they vastly overachieved this season. It's like, I know that they're that's probably going to be, I think, the hardest thing for them. Is how do you guys play now that you have expectations? Yeah. That's going to be the next step. Can you guys still bring that same A game, that same hunger when Because I'm not going to say it's easy. But it's different when you're playing and you ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Versus when that real pressure is there of like, okay, now you guys won 10 wins this year. You have to, and it's unfair, but yeah,
the Lions
next year minimum, you need to get 10 wins. Like that's just how it goes.
You gotta do what the Lions did, 8-8, and then 11-6.
Right, exactly. And you guys they did better. Like you won the division, so it's like if you don't win the division, now it's gonna look bad.
Yeah, I'm honest, but I just think defensively they just got to correct the stopping the run. Excuse me, because they did get exposed a lot in that area, especially by Baltimore. Oh my God,
Oh,
Lamar Jackson up the middle, running backs got going like they were there. I think they were averaging at 1.6.9 per carry.
man.
It was the Ravens too, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
No, they struggled against. They've
You
struggled
talking
against
about
the
the
run.
team that
Oh, yeah.
GA? What was that stat they had? Didn't they go on like a 20-game or 20-game streak of like over 100 yards, 100 rushing yards, or something like that?
For the Ravens?
Yeah, I remember it was something
Okay.
crazy like that. Like up until like last year when it finally ended.
Damn. That's crazy.
And they only had 5 3-and-outs this season. Houston on offense did
Holy really?
What?
3-and-out drives.
I
5.
think the Vikings had
That's a recipe
games.
for success.
Bro, the 5 3-and-outs is absolutely insane. They had
It's teams
their
that do
third
that
down.
in one game.
like the Vikings. Yeah, Vikings do that every single game.
I knew that was coming.
Every single game.
That was funny.
Ah,
Bro,
damn.
they don't.
I feel him though. Do you want to just real quick sidebar? Do you want to bring Kirk Cousins back?
I do, but I also want us to try to attack and get a younger quarterback in the draft. Like, I don't know if Daniels will be, or Jane Daniels, whatever his name is, will be like around by our pick. But if we could trade up or something to get
What
one
pick you guys have?
I think 10 or 11.
Oh no, that's pretty high. He might. That's
Yeah.
possible. That's a
I
pretty
think
high pick.
Yeah, I think they're slating him around like the 5 to 7 range, I believe. But
Got you.
I just
you
hope
never,
he gets.
You never know.
like,
People thought Justin Fields was guaranteed to go top 3, and look how far he fell. So you never know. The only time teams really go for quarterbacks is if they're trying to groom a quarterback, or if they're literally like a quarterback away and they're just desperate reaching for straws, like what the Colts did last year. You know what I mean? That's the only time they're really going to take a quarterback that high. Otherwise, they'll just let him fall.
Real quick, I just got to throw in there. I just looked at the stat bar again, and it showed it was on postseason. He had 5 3-and-out drives in the postseason, but 36 in the regular season.
Okay.
Just had to make sure I
Cousins?
corrected that. No, the Texans. I just had to correct myself on that.
Oh, okay. Got you.
5 3-and-outs in the playoffs is still really, really good, though.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you play 2 games.
Yeah, because you have like 12 drives a game. So that's like.
Yeah, and each quarter is 15 minutes, so that's.
Right.
But their opponents only had 6.
Okay. It's because of those penalties, man. Those penalties.
Mm-hmm.
They're a young team, though, so they'll be able to correct that just by maturing and playing more games here and there. You know what I mean?
All right, let's go to the next, man. We got the Packers and Niners.
Bro.
Yeah,
You guys see this guy all ninered out?
Well, go ahead, GA.
That game was very, very scary. Every time Brock Purdy stepped back to throw the ball, I was shitting my pants. Every single time. That was a very scary game. I feel like we did get a little bit of luck with that missed field goal. But I mean, it's football at the end of the day. You need a little bit of luck to make an NFC championship game.
How much do you think the rain affected him?
Just like throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I feel like it affected him a little bit, but also Jordan Love was slinging that thing. So I mean, like at the end of the day,
I feel you. No excuses.
right?
Look,
I feel like
no,
Purdy was playing uncomfortable. I do feel like Purdy was playing very like uncomfortable and tight that game though. So pause again. I saw this dude Dre go off the screen.
Man, both times though. He was trying so hard. But yeah, man, Purdy looked the other night the way that he did when he had that 3-game stretch where we were looking at him like, bro, like what is this? Like he definitely slid out of that game. Props to him for the no turnovers, but he also had some very bad throws, some ill-advised throws. He literally had the ball like literally went straight into who was that? Amos?
Yep.
He went straight into his hands, like literally, like he literally just dropped it. Like I don't even think I've seen like a worse drop all playoffs yet. To be real, like that's worse than some of these receivers.
That Detroit drop was pretty bad. The Buccaneers one in the end zone. Did y'all see that one?
Oh, by Jamel Dean.
Yeah.
When he undercut the route and dropped. Yeah, that would have been a huge momentum shifter.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Amos, his drop was like that was like receiver level. Like it hit you straight in the hands, face to face. Like how do you drop that? Like,
yeah, he hit a linebacker straight in the chest too earlier in the game, I believe. That was,
and like you said, since you weren't giving Purdy any excuses with the rain, I can't give it to Amos either because Greenlaw was out there taking the ball left and right. Like so, man, I don't know. It's kind of I feel like it's crazy to say now, because the Packers we're a team that's not supposed to be here either. But it kind of feels like they beat themselves on Saturday. It really does. It feels like they dropped the ball and they had, to me, plenty of opportunities to put the game away or even, to close it out. But I guess the football gods, they were like, nah, we gave you enough chances. I don't know what Jordan Love was thinking on that last throw. Like he had like GA said earlier before we got started, like he had such a great game. As far as taking care of the ball and being precise, with where he's going and everything. And then it just seems like I don't know. I guess he must have just panicked because like it was so clear as day. Just throw the ball away. Like I think he still had what was that, first down or second down?
Mm-hmm.
Like you still had plenty of time to get down the field, and he was throwing it as if like it was do or die. And like I said, even though he had the I know
mistake.
like we were talking about with the stat sheet, I know it says 2 interceptions, but I'm not even gonna blame him for the first one because that was a tip. You know what I'm saying? I was somebody who literally, the ball hit them dead smack in the hands again, and then it just went over his head. So I'm not even gonna blame that on Love. But that second one was absolutely positively his fault, and I have no idea what he was thinking throwing off the back leg across the field.
Across his body in a game where that in a game where it's win or go home. But also you got to realize too, JC, he's only a rookie, and the pressure that probably mounted to him. He was trying to do too much.
We forget that sometimes with these guys when you have the season that you did. And then you had that incredible playoff game that you did last week, and most of this game is like it looks like, man, like what was you thinking? Like what, like that looks uncharacteristic of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? He's gonna go into next season. He's no longer a rookie, and now he knows. Okay, well now I'm just gonna throw that shit away next time. Can't do that again.
He ain't a rookie. I think he's second or third year.
Well, this is his first full season.
That is, yeah. That's good.
So I still count that as like a, rookie, even though you got to soak up some game. You're not a CJ rookie, but in the NFL world, yeah.
He did get to sit behind Aaron Rodgers though. So, I mean, don't take that for
Aaron Rodgers, who didn't want him there.
I mean, shit.
How pleasant you think that went?
Probably not that good.
But Aaron Rodgers still taught him a few things, and
I'm sure he did, just to not fully be a dick.
I feel like Rodgers would be too, low-key.
But Brett Favre did the same spit to him, so he probably was like, I'm gonna pass it forward. Brett Favre was pissed off when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, and it's crazy. The same thing happened to him. The Packers' history is crazy. It's like they have the potential to go like 30, 40 years with 3 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And there's teams out here who can't find a quarterback to save their life.
This,
And
that, this all
they're probably going to have 3 quarterbacks for, I don't want to jump the gun on Love, but it's looking like for at least the next 10 years, they might have their guy.
And it's funny, and it's funny to say too, because like you said, all these teams are struggling for a QB, but then you got Green Bay, who
always have a guy.
But that dates back to what we always say at the show: scouts, do your damn job.
Yeah. And they both got them Super Bowls. It's not like they didn't win nothing. They both got them Super Bowls. So that's another trend that Jordan Love is going to have to try to keep that going as well.
If this man brings a championship to Titletown or whatever they call it, bro, I'm going to be like,
Green Bay to me, I get what you're saying about scouts and stuff, Dre.
Good job.
I get what you're saying about scouts and stuff, Dre, but I would think that Green Bay is like the luckiest franchise in the world if that happens. Because you can't predict something like that. You cannot predict 3 quarterbacks in 3 different decades all getting you a Super Bowl.
They were statistically the luckiest team in the NFL this year. I just wanted to throw that out there. Not trying to be.
I believe it. I didn't even know the Packers had action at the playoffs until late in the season. I was like, what? They're still in it? And then even the last game of the season, I guess they still technically had a chance, and then next thing I know, I hear that they made it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking. They had this weird stat how they calculated luck based on drop catches, interceptions, that type of stuff. And
probably one score games, all that.
Yeah. And guess who was the most unluckiest team in the NFL? Take a guess.
Unluckiest team, Cowboys,
Rams,
the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh. Damn. And then you guys lost your franchise guy, Justin Jefferson, for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been such a pleasant season. Are you guys wait, hold on. So you're not tired of I know I'm getting off track again, but you're not tired of just being in that middle of the pack type team with Kirk Cousins? Would rather this than for you guys to, I guess, have a quote unquote tank year or just check out one of the rookies on the bench?
I think we should re-sign Kirk and then draft a rookie, have him sit behind Kirk for a year, maybe 2. But I don't know, man. Kirk was playing really good when he was healthy. It was just unfortunate that.
But do you think he can win a Super Bowl?
Not with the pieces we have right now.
And Justin Jefferson's contract is about to be up.
Do you know we said, yeah, you could tell me what you think about this. We all agreed on the show that I think we said maybe the Chargers, but we all agreed on the show that there was no other team in the NFL who's had as much talent as you guys have had come through in the last 5 years and do nothing with it.
I would agree with that.
That's effed up. I'm not that's that's probably worse than just being bad. You have the talent and you're still bad.
Yeah, because the expectations are.
Yeah, exactly. It lets you down even more. You're not coming into the season oh, here we go again. You're coming into the season man, we got Daquan, we got Diggs, we got Harrison, we got who else? Thielen. Back when he was Thielen. You got all these guys, man, and it's disappointment.
Yeah, last year
you guys fired a coach, get another coach, and it's okay, finally got rid of him. It's still the same talent. Diggs leaves, you get Justin Jefferson, who's arguably the best receiver in the league now, and it's man, it's always something, bro.
Yeah, I would say. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, I would say that I don't put a ton of blame on Kirk because this is his first year of having a 2-year coordinator. So all of his years before this, we've had different coordinators come in and call the offense. So it's his first year having a new coordinator. So if we have Kevin O'Connell calling the plays next year and they got that chemistry, I could see them being a good offensive team. It just this year we weren't able to mesh our defensive success with our offensive success. My bad.
What do you guys think Green Bay needs to do this summer?
Shit.
Because the defense is good, right?
The defensive side is fine.
Maybe get a younger running back. No,
Not gonna say they have AJ Dillon and
yeah, but you know, running backs age like milk these days because they work them so much.
They got Dobbs, and he's really effective for that squad.
Romeo Dobbs had a decent season.
Man, honestly,
Christian Watson isn't who I thought he was. I thought he was going to be receiver one star type of guy. He's disappointing me this year.
feels like there's a new guy for Green Bay every week that just
right. It's like It's like y'all don't even have a receiver one. Aaron Rodgers made you look like a receiver one, but y'all don't have no receiver one. Even though, you know, Jordan Love is working with the weapons that he got, which makes me respect his game even more. But yeah, I think, you know, maybe get a little younger at running back and get you a receiver one. You know, you can work with all these other guys. Could be like they got their scout department's gonna have to do their job and go find somebody in the draft. Go find you the next Puka.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you have to JC, shut the fuck up.
I knew you was gonna catch that.
Shut the fuck up. No one gives a fuck about him. But I think the ultimate goal here is, like, if they can upgrade if they can get a solid receiver one, bro, I think that's gonna help Jordan Love a lot going into next season. Especially
he has to find him a real favorite target, like a true. Like a receiver who can bail him out when everything is effed up. He needs one of those.
I'm going to say this right now. If Justin Jefferson goes to the Packers, I will never watch football for the rest of the year. I will never.
When is he on the market?
He's on the market this free agency class.
Nah, the Vikings are going to write him a blank check. That's not happening.
I think he likes it here too. I mean,
I'm sorry, GA. I'm glad that, but I'm kind of hoping that does happen now. No.
Nah, they're gonna write that boy a blank check. There's no way, and he's definitely not. They'll tag him before they let him go to a division rival. Like, there's no way.
Oh yeah, there's no way he goes to a division rival.
They're not gonna do what Brett Favre did. They remember what happened.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was gonna say though, real quick, like, their defense was fine this season. I mean, they had their moments.
Green Bay?
I mean, yeah, they had their moments, but I mean, majority.
That honestly was the reason why. Because I was like one of the only people that had picked them against Dallas. That was the reason why. Because I'm like, honestly, their defense is still there. And I know when Dak folds, he folds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like if there's a defense who can disrupt him that much, it's them. And I don't remember exactly how many wins I gave them in the prediction episode, but I know it was not too lower under 10. It probably was like in that 7 to 10 range, and it was mostly predicated on how good I knew that defense was. So,
yep, and I gave them 4 wins. I was like, that's crazy.
I can't wait till we do that recap.
If Jordan Love didn't ball out like he did, they could have had 4 wins. So, I mean, it's not the worst prediction in the world.
That's true. If Love isn't, you know, you must have just didn't believe in Love. That's what it sounded like.
Apparently the team did, though.
I knew he was a decent quarterback. I didn't think he was going to, you know, do what he did at the last stretch of the season. But I knew I could see he showed some flashes that he was decent.
Speaking of quarterbacks,
and Green Bay must have seen something. If you have a win now team and you use a first round pick to get him, when you could have used that to build your team more, Green Bay must have saw something.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaiah, if you're watching this show, I already know who your greatest quarterback is, and it's Justin Fields.
That division, man, does that division have? Yeah, I think their quarterbacks are all covered. Packers covered. I'm not sure about the Kirk Cousins thing, man. Kirk Cousins has just been on this line just his whole career. Just he don't go.
Bro, he's been like right in the middle. Yeah.
On the line.
Hey, but this year before he was hurt, he was like top 5 for MVP. So hey, don't get it twisted, bruh.
I don't know about all that. He was playing good. I mean, he had like a 4,000 yard season before. He's had good years. It's just I don't know, for whatever reason he can
Comes
never
to
get over the
playoff,
hump.
it's just playoffs, and not a lot. You got to realize, not everyone can be a Joe Montana or a Terry Bradshaw or Tom Brady and can just come out, or a Troy Aikman, and just win, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5
but he's
Super
had plenty.
Bowls.
He's had plenty of time though. Now,
I think he's like 1-3 or 1-4.
even in Washington, he was mid.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, like, not everyone unfortunately gets one of those rings. It's a hard trophy to win. It is a very hard trophy to win.
Now CJ Stroud, he reminds me of one of those quarterbacks like a Mahomes that can just fucking find a way to win. Like he can just win. He can
And,
fly out.
and Mahomes didn't even get to do this his rookie season.
He was on the bench for Alex Smith, right?
Yeah,
Smith, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't even get a chance to do this. I mean, who knows if he would have, but he didn't, nonetheless. Bucks and Lions.
Before anything, first off, shout out to the Buccaneers because they did start the season 4-7 and then made it to the playoffs.
So why you didn't have that energy for us when we started off 3-6 and only lost one game after that? But y'all niggas hate when it come to us.
Because it's you.
Man, F y'all.
You know, and really, bro, I'm a Celtics and Patriots fan. Do you really think I'm gonna root for y'all? No.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Y'all got our get back though, 2019.
Here, never. That doesn't. When we're bad, when we're good, never. But no, I think Tampa, man, they started 4-7, made it all the way to the playoffs. But man, it was costly. We always say it. Don't say it often, but it's the little things that hurt. And Mike Evans, despite the score being 31-23, Mike Evans had a couple of crucial drops that were in his hands. Mayfield also overthrew a couple. That last one that he threw, that last interception, I wouldn't say it was overthrown.
I could see why he tried to squeeze that though. I don't think that was as bad as the love.
Yeah, he tried to squeeze it. Yeah, he tried to squeeze it in, but the defender just did a really good job of undercutting the route.
Nigga, you really ain't like that, Baker. Like you had a great season and all that, but nigga, it's levels to this shit. You got a little bit ahead of yourself. There's only a few quarterbacks who can squeeze those type of throws in pinpoint like that.
But it was even before even though when he tried, even before throwing that, like trying to fit that tight pass in there and getting it intercepted, before that, there were a couple where it looked like, it was like, man, who are you going to? Like, there's no one in that area.
He's going to have those, though. It's Baker. You know, we got to take it with a grain of salt, take the good with the bad. He's going to have some real good, flashy moments, and he's going to have some moments where you look like you don't belong in the NFL field. That's been the story of Baker, to be real. Especially.
Sorry, you can go ahead.
You good. I was just going to say, but the Lions defense, on the other hand, they did an incredible job of applying pressure to Baker Mayfield. They got him for 4 sacks. If they didn't get a sack, then they did the next best thing, which is force you to throw it away or cause you to throw an incomplete pass. So they did their part. Offense they got rolling when they needed to. I mean, they were an offensive juggernaut in my eyes. I'm glad to see Goff, man. This is his second NFC championship in his career.
It's a big legacy game for this upcoming NFC championship game for him. Because if he can go to 2 Super Bowls,
yeah, I think he puts himself in a different conversation. You go to a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises, because that does not happen often.
He said if.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, if CJ Gardner-Johnson talks any shit about this man, he will be on the fucking turf with 2 touchdowns on his head. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we know what happened to Bradbury this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is like get your popcorn type matchup now. Even though I think Debo's gonna cook him, but
and there's also a reason why the Lions went out and got Jahmyr Gibbs too.
Yeah, he's a dub.
They split for key moments like yesterday. It's just crazy to see that the Lions, man, they really have put it all together, man. They were 8-8 last year. Then they come into this season. I'm sorry, yeah, 9-8. Thank you, 9-8, and then you come into this season. Pause again. You enter the season winning your first division title in 30 years, and now you're going to the NFC Championship for the first time.
I mean,
since
I think the
1991.
Packers game, I think that was like what gave them the momentum. That's why people always say, "Oh, tank for picks, tank for picks." You do not understand what wins can do for these kids, man. Like
That builds the culture.
getting a big win like that to where it's like, all right, we're not going to playoffs, but we made sure that the division bully for probably forever to them. We made sure that they didn't go to the playoffs either. That probably did something for them and their confidence going into the offseason and starting it off. So I respect it, man.
Receivers did a
They
tremendous job.
They were my sleeper team last year too. So I mean, not obviously not this year because everybody had them doing good this year, but last offseason I had them as my sleeper team, so they made me look good.
And receivers, on the other hand, I love what they were able to do for Detroit. They did a nice job of just creating that separation.
St. Brown is a dog, man. We're talking about some of these dog receivers. Like, man, the potential is infinite for St. Brown, man. I'm not gonna say where he's at or what he can do because I want to let him play everything out. But man, like, he's looked really good, man, thus far in his career.
Yeah, going back to Gibbs, he just has a different type of burst that I don't see in a lot of running backs, and it's a really good compliment to how David Montgomery runs.
Yeah, they have like the perfect running back system.
Yeah.
What does Tampa Bay need to do this offseason?
What do they need to do? I just actually just put a note down. Let me go find it. There's a few things that I feel like they can do. I know for a fact though. I like the defense. They did what they had a pretty. I'm not gonna say a solid year, but they did.
They had injuries too.
I feel like they did it good. Yeah, they had injuries, and the ultimate thing is like. They didn't apply that D-line for yesterday's game. Applied little to no pressure. They only got to Goff twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought that's what they were gonna do. Compared to what the Rams didn't do because we didn't send a lot of pressure, which I didn't understand. I'm like, you guys know Goff. You know that if you send pressure, that he struggles with that. So I thought we were gonna do it. We didn't, and then I thought like, oh well, at least Tampa's seen the formula. Like you can't just let him have time back there. Pause. And for whatever reason they allowed him to, and they paid the price for it.
And like one thing too for offense that definitely needs to be fixed, and this is something that I took down. I was doing a little research on the team just to like how they played like throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Sacks again. Their sacks were 40.
Wow.
For 232 yards. It was sacks against. Like I feel like they definitely sacks against was 40 to 48. They need to protect Baker. Like I understand Baker will be Baker, but you can see his moments when he has time in the pocket, when he has time to scan the field. He can deliver that ball. But this season he was hit 40 times, and it's kind of tough to win games when you're getting pressured constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
He only had 8 sacks in the playoffs, so they cleaned it up come postseason. But still,
that's 4 games.
Yeah, that's still 4 games though. Yeah, like they still didn't really like. I mean, it's not as bad as the season, but.
Yeah, their running game is terrible too. They can't run the ball.
Yeah, they have a good pass catching running back though, but yeah, they don't have like that guy that can just pound. Pause.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they're missing like that. Leonard Fournette a couple years ago aspect that they had.
Mm-hmm.
They need one of those thoroughbred, good old fashioned running backs.
Well, you want to know what's crazy too? On the season, they averaged. So on the year, they ran for 1,509 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was on 439 attempts, and they averaged 3.4 per carry.
Wow. Yeah, I think GA hit it right on the head.
46 3 and outs as well.
For
Do you guys sign Baker to a long-term contract if you're Tampa Bay?
I don't. I'd probably give him maybe 2 years.
2-year
Yeah,
deal?
I wouldn't go any higher than 2 years. And now, if he can,
just so he
himself-
doesn't get like comfortable.
No.
if he can prove himself within those 2 years, and he really elevates the team and himself, then I can maybe see them going in the future. But like you said,
well, let me ask y'all this. What if he has a standoff of like, okay, well, if you don't want to give me a long-term deal, I'm gonna explore my options with other teams. Can
Let
they
him
afford
walk.
to lose Baker?
Let him walk.
Let him walk.
Wow, bro, what has he done? He got into the playoffs, which is cool after starting 4-7.
He won a division.
He
He won a division. He threw for 4,000
yeah,
yards. I think like 30 something touchdowns, and he had a good season. He had a good season.
See, I like Baker, but like, if he's gonna play these games where he wants money, bro, you fucking let him walk, bro, because he's not like a generation.
They got hungry Baker this year. That's really what happened. They got lucky and got a hungry Baker who McVay partly rejuvenated and gave him some confidence again. And yeah, I mean, I feel like what more can you expect other than a Super Bowl? You know, like what was the point of giving him the 1-year deal if it wasn't like an audition?
Mm-hmm. They would have for sure added maybe another year or so.
But both of you guys agree, like you don't give him a long-term contract, and if he walks, you live with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's sorry, you can go.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm saying like his ceiling is winning that one playoff game. You're not gonna go out and win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. Like, no disrespect.
Damn, that's harsh.
No disrespect, but I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield.
I don't think many would disagree with that.
Coming back to this. I don't know. I don't disagree, but if he ends up winning a Super Bowl, I'm so coming back to this episode.
Hey, that's fine. Shit.
But would you?
I agree with you, GA. I agree.
But would you rather have the type of season you just had with Baker, where you can at least possibly get like a playoff game or two, or would you rather just be in just straight poverty and only win like 3 or 4 games a year?
See, that's the thing. Like, as a GM, you probably want that for ticket sales and shit. But I don't know, man.
As far as winning, you bite that bullet temporarily.
If you want to try to go and win a Super Bowl, I think you bite the bullet. But it comes down to money at the end of the day.
Yeah, can Tampa even afford a long-term contract? Now that I think about it, because I think they got money tied up into the defense right now and Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they start trading guys.
But also too, I just think with that whole situation, I just think with Baker, I like the question you said, JC, about letting him walk or bite the bullet. I'll bite if you're like GA said, if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, go ahead and bite the bullet. But it's just, I feel like Baker is always going to be right. He's going to be like one of those where he reaches up, but he gets close to the brass, but he can never get, over that hump. That's where I feel.
That's a great analogy.
Kind of like
he's right there. He's right up there, and every time
that's how I feel about Kirk Cousins.
It gets yanked.
The poor man's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I would say that. I would definitely say that.
I love Kirko though. That's my guy.
And that term I just used, I remembered it from a WWE rivalry back in 2008.
Who is it that they called Jared Goff a poor man and he got like offended? Was it Matt Ryan?
Matthew Stafford.
It was somebody. I remember
Ryan.
that.
Yeah. He got like offended because they called him a poor man. Matt Ryan, he was like, I'm not a poor man anything. Like, hey, at least Matt got an MVP.
I feel bad for Matt Ryan because now whenever he does talk shit, all someone has to say is 28-3.
Damn.
or 38 or 36.
Bro, wouldn't that be ironic if they really end up signing Belichick? Because you know that he had the interview with
Yeah.
I
them.
was thinking about that.
That would be crazy, bro. You go and get the same coach who you had that meltdown against.
This
But
is
you got to realize too, it's a business at the end of the day.
But we'll get to that in a minute as well.
yeah.
Let's go. The game of the year seems to never disappoint us, man. This Chiefs and Bills matchup.
Bro, Josh Allen is 3-1 in the regular season versus Pat Mahomes, and he's 0-3 versus Pat Mahomes in the playoffs.
That just shows, man. Stop looking at that regular season stuff.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me, and I'm going to go way back. That reminds me of the Peyton Manning-Brady rivalry. Brady caught him twice and a couple times in the regular season, and then Peyton finally got him. And I thought this was going to be Buffalo's, like, I got you this time.
Yeah, you guys the whole podcast picked the Bills. That's probably why they didn't show up today. You guys all picked the Bills except me.
Bro, I was Bass. Why?
Why did you guys think this was the year, though? Is it because the Chiefs were having their
on the road? It's just because we've never.
But I told you guys, I said, look, this is all Mahomes has left. He just has to win on the road, and don't let him beat Baltimore. It's like there's nothing left to say.
Oh, he is.
Nothing left.
Hey, if he wins,
beating Lamar.
if he wins a ring this year, he's top 3. That I'm
What
putting
time?
him top 3.
Oh, are you the one we
All
were
time.
fighting with about that?
Yeah. If he wins a ring this year, he's top 3
On the road.
all time. He's top 3 all time if he wins
Okay.
this year.
I like that.
Based on talent, though, I think he's
top 3 now, but I like that.
I think he's the greatest talent quarterback ever.
Did you just say greatest?
Greatest talented quarterback talent ever.
Yeah. That used to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And then this alien Mahomes came along. But yeah, man, what's our thoughts on the game?
I mean, it's Kansas City, bro. That game was back and forth. First off, that was a back and
What
forth
was it,
game.
like 5-6 lead changes?
Mm-hmm.
I think they said there was like damn near 10 between just the last 2 playoff games of them alone.
Damn.
And it's crazy too because, I mean, Pat Mahomes delivers in the biggest moments. He really does. Pacheco, that was another dude. He runs so angry. Like Pacheco, every time he runs, bro.
Now
you
see why Edwards got his job snatched.
Dude, Pacheco is a playoff running back.
Bro, like when every time his feet touch the ground, he's like, he looks so angry when his feet touch the ground.
That's how you're supposed to run. That's how you're supposed to effing run.
I mean, he is, and they always say keep your legs moving for a reason. When you're in high school and all that playing football, they tell you that for a reason because that man, you can tackle him, wrap him up, but he's still driving, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's also work ethic. He has a good work ethic as well.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, speaking of work ethic, what did Kansas City in that game? KC in that game alone, there was 10 points scored in the second quarter by Kansas, 14 in the second by Buffalo, and then 3 apiece in the first, and then 7 each in the third. So there was a ton of scoring in this.
It just seems like the NFL is always trying to find that next, this is the rival to Mahomes, or this guy he's starting to threaten Mahomes, and it's like meanwhile Mahomes just keeps beating him. Every guy you try to throw his way. They tried to spit with Burrow, they tried to spit with Josh Allen, even in some ways tried it with Herbert. They're probably about to try with Lamar because he's their last hope.
Number 10.
Hey, CJ Stroud's next.
Even Trevor Lawrence last year, they were like, yeah, you're probably going to see these guys in the playoffs together for years to come. It's like you guys are just trying to throw anybody you can and to try to rival this man in some type of way. And you guys are giving them more credit for almost beating him than you are for him wiping all of them. Like,
You know,
what are we talking about?
you know who's the only person
That's
that's undefeated against Mahomes in the playoffs?
Is it hold
Brady.
on. Is it Brady?
2-0 against Mahomes, and then everyone else is 13-1. Or Mahomes is 13-1. Other than that,
1-13.
yeah,
That is
but
terrible.
also, but you got to realize too, Mahomes is.
Deshaun
I
Watson
just
almost
feel
got
like
him
that
though.
was
Who that
almost,
lead?
but almost isn't enough. GA, I know you haven't been here in a while, so let me just like kind of refresh you real quick. We don't call Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert by their names anymore. We say number 16 and number 10.
I didn't agree to that, GA. So you know that's
doesn't JC hate Trevor Lawrence, or is that somebody else?
16
16.
and
Don't he hate
10.
16?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
16's not in any of our good graces right
But
now.
I posted after the game, man. I was like, honestly, at this point, it's just flat out silly to try to compare any other current QB to Mahomes. Like he's
Another
he's way off in the league of his own. I don't even care if he ends up losing to somebody, whatever. What Mahomes has done so far to where it's like, as a quarterback, you're not going any lower. Having me as your quarterback, you're not going any lower than the AFC Championship game. That's like unfathomable to think of, especially because most quarterbacks' biggest knock is their performances in the playoffs. And that's where he thrives even better than he is in the regular season.
Yep, this is the thing about Mahomes. So, like, late in that game, you want to get the ball back against Mahomes. You don't want to leave him any time. You don't want him to have the ball last at all.
I thought they effed up scoring too. I thought that too.
Yeah. And they almost had that touchdown. If Chandler Jones doesn't get there on Josh Allen and he has to force that throw a little bit early, they would have had a touchdown right there.
You mean Chris Jones?
Chris Jones. What did I say?
He said Chandler Jones.
Oh, my bad.
said what I say.
You said CTE.
CTE.
Y'all seen that clip of him saying that he thinks CTE is fake?
Yeah. Y'all hear his song?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick.
I don't, man, after how he traumatized me with that one video, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I'm not watching no more Chandler Jones interviews, clips, nothing. Like, he traumatized me for life. I'm good. If you know, you know.
Which one was that? Was that the one he was crying? Or
no, the one where he was walking around his house. I forgot what he was talking about, but he was just walking around his house and then, ended up having a mishap. Don't go look it up. I'm warning you right now.
Okay.
So if you go be slick and go look at it, whatever you see was at your own risk. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna tell him JC sent me.
Nah, don't do that. JC got PTSD. How do y'all feel about? I've been meaning to ask this so many times this season, and I always forget. How do y'all feel about that? That rule where you fumble in the end zone and the ball goes back to the other team, because they're talking about how they might change that because it might be a little too harsh. Like, what's your guys' take on that rule?
Don't change it now. You had all these years to change it. Why now? Because it happened to the Chiefs? No. And I'm not the one to talk either, because a lot of rules were changed too because of the Patriots. So I'm not trying to say like I'm trying to talk, but like, bro, we've seen that happen over and over and over.
But do you think it's fair though?
Consistently, I'm working with. That's fine. I don't see a problem.
Because if you fumble anywhere else, you get the ball back no matter what. But if you fumble and it goes into the end zone on some fluky spit, they get the ball because of that. Like, I don't know, it kind of seems crazy to me.
So this happened actually to the Vikings earlier in the season against.
I know, that's why I said I meant to bring it up. I have forgot to that game, but this happened a couple times.
Yeah, but like
it happened with CD Lamb in the last, I think in the last playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, when they played the Packers.
Yeah, I just feel like it's how you look at it. Like, as a Vikings fan, in that moment, I was like, this rule fucking sucks. But at the end of the day, it's a rule for everybody. So, I mean, it could happen to really anybody. Just hold on to the ball, man.
I get you, but damn,
But
like they
also-
get the ball back.
But also, players also try to reach towards the end zone when they're at the 1 yard line to try
Yeah,
to score.
exactly.
If someone punches that out, it rolls in the end zone, you lose the ball. So
I think what I think they should do is put the ball back at the one and just like have it as like just another play. I don't think it should be full blown like, oh, you turn over on downs. Like that's to me that's too much. That's OD to me.
what if they did
Hold
like
on to
a
the fucking ball.
sorry? What if they did like they penalized you, like they threw a flag if you did that? What would you think about that?
I'm even cool with that.
Like a 10 yard penalty for fumbling or some shit?
Yeah, maybe like back you up a little bit. Even I'm even cool with that because I mean you did fumble the ball, but it's like here's my thing though.
Oh,
Where does that end? Because in between anywhere else, not in the end zone, you don't get penalized for it. The ball goes out where it goes out. So that's why I'm like, even then I'm like, well, why do you get penalized in the end zone but not throughout the rest of the field? But like I said, like if they say like, hey, we're gonna back you up like 5 yards or something like that, I'm cool with that more than just straight giving the other team the other ball. Like to me, that's like a cop out.
but you know what? How many chances did Buffalo also get too? That's another thing I forgot to bring up. How many chances off of that fumble that they got back they couldn't capitalize? They had a lot of chances. Diggs had a ball slip right through his hands on a deep ball.
That was awful.
Got every opportunity, bro. Like you said, the football guys were like, nope. They giving him way too many chances.
Y'all think Diggs is out of there?
I think Diggs is out of there.
No.
Honestly.
Because he was already talking about being unhappy last offseason. I know he's unhappy now, so
He's always bitching, bro.
he was going out with you guys too.
He's always bitching, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a Diggs fan at the end of the day, but shit, I was happy because we got fucking Justin Jefferson out of that Diggs trade, so I'm happy he was.
Watch him go.
Did he leave? Did he leave Minnesota on that note as well? Like on the not so good.
It was the year after, so we had the Minneapolis Miracle thing, and then the year after, I think we missed the playoffs, and then we traded him to Buffalo for a pick, and that ended up being Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. But that worked out for both teams.
Yeah, that was one of the fairest trades ever, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I would say Stafford and Goff as well, but
that's pretty good too.
Which, by the way, I can't stop saying it, JC, but Jared Goff beat his former team, and I'm so excited. I know that was last week, but
hey,
I'm still excited.
There's nothing you could say to hurt me. We got a Super Bowl out of that. So actually, thank you, Jared Goff, because you got us the quarterback who got us a Super Bowl. Thank you, sir.
News just broke. Titans finalizing a deal to hire Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan to be the next coach.
Okay.
I still can't believe they fired Mike Vrabel. That's crazy to me.
I forgot about that.
Huh?
I forgot about that.
That's nuts.
What do the Bills need to do this offseason?
Nothing.
Just take the L.
I think they're right there.
They've been right there for like 5 years.
I know. Well, something's got to change. Something's got to change.
There's no way. Like, what does Albert Einstein say? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Like, you cannot, you cannot just say, "Oh, we're not going to do nothing again."
They're D-line. They're D-line. They need a. They
went and got Vaughn, and then he tore his ACL.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't out there.
He was out there last night for sure.
He tore his ACL, and then he got in legal trouble. So I mean, they tried. But yeah, I'm with you. They need some monsters on that front line. Paul.
Yeah, they got to get a line. They got to get some D linemen up there. Because right now it's like it's not the fact that they were unable
and get you a effing running back too. Stop ignoring that spit. They had so many chances. They had a chance to get CMC. They had a chance to get Akers before he tore his Achilles that second time. They had a chances to go after a few different guys, man,
Talking
and
about
they
the Bills?
just kept it. Say it again.
Talking about the Bills?
Yeah,
They got James Cook though. He's tough, bro. He's tough.
like I said, they need to get them a running back if they want to be for real. James Cook is a good like rotational guy to give your running back a breather. He's not like a guy.
Starter.
I don't know. James Cook was like top 5 for yards this year.
He's no different than like I don't know about that. Look that up, Jay. But he's no different than like when Singletary was there. Really, he's a little quicker, but I mean that's about it.
What was it? GA? What was it again?
I think he was top 5, maybe even number 4.
Who?
James Cook.
Rushing yards?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Because I definitely didn't see that. That was a quiet top 5. But yeah. Bills they definitely got some work to do this off season. And they got some decisions to make because I'm with you, G. I think Diggs is out of there. I think that's what is, like I said, he came into the season disgruntled. I think a Super Bowl didn't even guarantee he was going to stay, but I think now he's really not staying. Because I think if he would have had a Super Bowl, he probably would have went to try to get like his, because Diggs is he's pushing 30 now, right? So
Probably somewhere else.
yeah, so he's probably, looking for that last big contract, you know what I mean? And I think if he would have got a Super Bowl, he would have been on like the Tyreek Hill type of time, like, well, I already got my ring, so let me just go get my money now.
I just thought about this. What if he goes to the Packers? That would be nuts.
That would be a great fit, but I think at this point in his career, kind of like where Odell has been the past couple of years, I think Diggs wants to play with a quarterback. And I'm not saying Jordan Love isn't a quarterback, but I think Diggs wants to play with like one of those like guys for real. You know what I mean?
What if he goes to the Chiefs?
That's what I'm saying. I think he wants to go to like somebody like that. Like he wants to go to like the Chiefs or like who else is out there, man? Maybe Baltimore.
Baltimore would be crazy.
I don't want to say the Bengals. I don't think they can afford them.
Yeah.
Rams can't either. Yeah, but I think he's gonna have like a very short list. He wants to go to a quarterback for real.
He wants to compete.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, I mean I think I do think he's out of there, but as far as where he's going, it's like damn, like whoever knows. He might have around go over there with CJ and them, try to try to build him up. Who knows?
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day too. Like, wasn't his brother trying to get him on the Cowboys?
He probably was. I could see that, but I'm sure he's not going to go from Josh Allen to Dak.
And he sure as hell ain't going to be sitting behind CeeDee Lamb.
Right. Exactly. If he's complaining about targets now, you're going to go play with CeeDee, it's going to be even worse because that's Dak's security blanket. Mm-hmm. You'd have to like work your way into that. Like, I think he's gonna want to go to I think like maybe the Chiefs or something. Even though I know the Chiefs don't like paying receivers, but if he's willing to take a pay cut, I mean, I can see it, and I think the Chiefs would be right back. I mean, they're good now, but I think they would go back to being like dangerous to where like teams fear them again, like when Tyreek was there.
Yeah, he wants to be the guy in the receiver.
I think the Chiefs is probably the best fit for him.
Did you hear about Zach Ertz going to the Lions today?
No, but I mean, I don't have no reaction to that.
I'm just saying that's crazy ring chasing.
But wait, you can sign players in the playoffs?
Yeah, the Ravens did it with Dalvin Cook.
No, they signed him before the playoffs started, didn't they?
I think it was like wild card weekend. I'm not sure. But that's crazy ring changing.
Yeah, in basketball, you can't do that. You have to do it before the playoffs start. That's crazy. I didn't know you could do that in football.
Shit.
That's kind of cheating.
Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Hey, he's
James Cook is fifth in rushing. Yes,
he was top 5 in rushing.
Yes, sir.
I was a quiet top 5.
Who
was ahead of him? Can you still see it?
Oh yeah, let me go.
Kyron Williams was up there, wasn't he? He's probably number 2.
Of course.
If Kyron Williams is up there, I need y'all to bow down right now because he missed like 4 games.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, Justin Jefferson played like 10 games this year and still got 1K receiving yards.
It's ridiculous. Y'all think he's gonna break that too? Do y'all think? I think especially with this extra game we got now. Do y'all think a receiver is finally gonna crack 2,000 soon?
I think so.
Because we've been seeing guys get close now. Tyreek just got close. Cooper Kupp got close. Like,
I wish Cooper Kupp would have got that because he would have probably won MVP that year if he would have.
He should have, even without it. Like, he was only, like 30, 40 yards off? Like, come on.
Wasn't he triple crowned for receiving?
He's triple crowned offensive player of the year. I'm like, man, if that season doesn't get you MVP as a receiver will never win that award.
Oh, shit.
That wasn't good enough. They will never give it to a receiver.
AJ Dillon's a free agent this year.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He's mid anyway, though. I don't even know why you brought him up. Like,
no, I thought somebody just got hired. I thought Belichick just went to the Falcons for a second.
Last thoughts on the divisional round before we do these predictions.
Season's almost over. This is so bullshit. Why can't we just do playoffs, NFL? If you're listening,
why y'all acting so sad? We still got basketball. Damn, show us some love.
No, I know, but I mean it's football. Can we do best of 7 in the playoffs?
And these guys would be hurt by game 3.
By game 3, there will be no one by round 2.
Yeah, that's suicide if they do that.
But no, just shout out to all these teams that have been going, man. Shout out to Detroit going to the NFC title game, first time since '91. Chiefs, you're still quieting those doubters. That's what I wanted to add in. Can we stop this whole hate on the Chiefs? Like, at one point, the Patriots were the most hated team. Now it's the Chiefs.
You're telling niggas to stop hating on the team that done ran through everybody in the league for 8 years straight?
Bro, if you are upset about it, if these teams are so pissed off about it, then stop it.
It better, yeah.
Stop it. Because if you can't stop them, I'm going to keep doing it over and over and over again. Look, the only thing is, I will say the Chiefs, next year, y'all better not make the AFC title game because you're creeping too close to the Patriots record. I don't need you getting anywhere near that. They've gone to the AFC title game now 6 consecutive seasons in a row.
Wow.
If they get 4 more, they tie the record. No.
Any last thoughts?
If you want to beat them, just beat them. Pause. You don't want to see them in the playoffs? Beat them.
Any last thoughts, GA, on the divisional round?
No, I think we covered it.
Gotcha. Let's get into these predictions / preview. First off, we got the Chiefs and the Ravens. Who you guys rolling with?
I don't know, honestly. This is a tough game to choose. I kind of want to see. I'm a big Mahomes guy, but I feel like for Lamar's legacy, this is a huge
he needs it way more. Yeah, I think he's gonna be thirstier for it too.
Yeah,
This is just like another day at the office for Mahomes. Lamar is like literally
exactly
like
what that is.
Lamar is literally like drooling out the mouth, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get like for how bad he wants this fit.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a ring so bad.
So effing bad. And to put to bed all the playoff stuff. Oh, by the way, Dre, are you gonna give Lamar his apology yet for when y'all fought me on what I said?
I'll give it to you, but I can see what he does when he has help around him, so I'll give that to you. He made it. But
What help does he have that he hasn't had over the years?
What are you talking about? They've had health issues the last couple of seasons.
So his team was unhealthy and you guys were holding it against him. That's what you're saying.
I still held them. We all still held them accountable, though.
Okay, so can you have the same energy now that he's winning?
I said I give it to him. Well deserved. He's playing lights out, and he played lights out in the
apology. The apology is,
but
hey, GA, the apology is never as loud as the disrespect, is it?
At the same time, but at the same time,
all season he's be like, let's see what he does in the playoffs. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. He chokes every year in the playoffs. Look at him now in the AFC title game when he finally has a healthy season.
He got there, but he got there at the expense of Houston.
Yeah.
So now he's playing. Now he's playing.
Wow.
Now he's playing.
Wow, it's always something, huh?
Now he's playing a real team. No disrespect to Houston.
Now CJ ain't a real team. But he took out the Browns, who most of y'all had beaten them. When y'all was all Flacco off the couch. Now CJ ain't got a real team no more.
Correction. Flacco off the fucking couch. Now, now he's playing the Chiefs. Now he's playing not Pat Mahomes, but you know what I mean. Now he's playing Kansas City. He's home.
So he got to beat Mahomes for you to apologize.
For me, yeah. But I do give him. But I do, congratulations on getting to the AFC title game because I know how bad he's wanted to get there. So
first, you see how they moved the goalpost, though? First, they say he don't win in the playoffs. He doesn't win playoff games. They tried to cap on him and say he's never won a playoff game. I had to remind them that he has won one. Now that he goes out and gets another one, now they moving it again. Oh, well, you need to make a Super Bowl. Oh, you need to be the real. It's always something, bro. I don't hear this. I don't hear y'all have this energy for no other quarterback.
But you got to realize the defense, they went up against a rookie QB, so we're going to see what they do against we're going to see what.
But if he would have lost, y'all would have been flaming him up, though. If he would have lost again, y'all be flaming him up talking about his playoff track record.
Yeah.
I don't even hear where's his energy for Josh Allen? He been losing every year. What AFC title game he went to?
Our energy for Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen always balls out in the games. It's either his defense or something that lets him down.
So he gets excuses. Is what y'all saying? He may not be the reason they lost, but he wasn't the reason they won either.
Yeah, no, that we do criticize Josh Allen all the time.
Isaiah criticizes Josh Allen. I don't hear none of the rest of y'all do it. And y'all damn sure don't have the same energy for him as y'all do for Lamar.
We know in the playoffs, when it gets to playoff time too, like you said, Josh Allen isn't the reason why they didn't win either. Yeah,
and then it's like you talking about holding it against him if he don't beat Mahomes. When the last time Josh Allen beat Mahomes in the playoffs? What we talking about?
I get it. He got to the AFC Championship. That's cool. You've already exceeded. I gave him my apologies because I said he could never touch the AFC Championship, and he did. So I give him his flowers on that. But now he has to win. Now he has to secure this win.
All I'm saying is y'all niggas is moving the goalpost. First, y'all just told him he had to win playoff games. Now he's winning playoff games. Now it's like, oh, now you got to win the Super Bowl. It's like y'all don't have the same. None of these other quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl. What top 10 quarterbacks in the league, other than Stafford and Mahomes, have won a Super Bowl?
Stafford
won nothing. Why you say Stafford like that, GA? What you trying to say?
I don't think Stafford's top 10, bro.
Who's your 10?
Mahomes, Lamar, Allen.
I can't wait for him to start reaching because I know it's coming.
Let me pull up some.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. If I say 10 niggas is better, I could think of them off the top of my head.
Hold on. I'm just gonna look at the passing yards and then I'll
passing yards.
I'm just looking to see who's in the category. All right, Allen, Mahomes, Stroud.
Stroud.
Yeah,
nigga, no. Nigga has one.
Hell
little,
yeah!
Hold on, one little
You
cute
put Stroud
10-win
in there
season, and you
early.
over Stafford. You get one little cute 10-win season, and you putting him over Stafford, who actually went off in the playoffs, got a Super Bowl, had 3 straight game-winning drives.
If I'm going into next season and I want a quarterback to play next season, it doesn't matter for the next 5 seasons. Next season, I want CJ Stroud on the field.
Of course, you want CJ because he's the youngest out of all of
No,
them.
no,
We're talking about who's better
right
now as a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Themselves. CJ ain't proved spit. What is we talking about?
He proved it this year.
Yeah.
Stafford had 3 straight
though.
game-winning drives to win a Super Bowl. He's the one that dragged the Rams in the playoffs this season.
That's 2 years ago. That's 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Stafford, okay, 2 years ago. So how about Stafford's? Hold on, give me a second. His name got me effed up.
I don't know about that.
Let's look at his stats for his last 7 games of the season.
Let's do all. Wait, was he out at the beginning of the
In
season?
his last 7 games of the regular season, he only lost one time. He lost one time. Had a passer rating of 109, 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. What are we talking about?
Am I missing something, or was he out for the first 7 games of the season? Was he out?
He missed like 3 or 4 games, like in the middle of the season. Now we fell to 3-6, and then we only lost 1 game after that because of him.
Let's do all of his stats, son. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I just think there's 10 quarterbacks.
You just put a rookie over him.
Yeah, because I think he's
he's proven himself and has won a Super Bowl. He has Hall of Fame numbers. We're not talking about past Stafford. Stafford balled this season.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that CJ Stroud balled better than him this season. That's all I'm saying.
Say so. So if that's the case, CJ better than a whole lot of niggas in the league. Then you must have him top 5, huh? He must be over Burrow, huh? Because he damn sure play better than him. So you got him over Joe Burrow too? Because Burrow was trash this year.
I put him,
but he was hurt too most of the season.
He was trash, even when he did play.
I'm saying.
Don't do Joe Burrow like
this. Is what I'm saying. If we're going into next season, let's say the season starts tomorrow. If I want 10 quarterbacks, I have 10 guys that I'd put over Stafford, and Stroud's one of them. I'm saying Stafford's like 11-12 for me.
That's nasty word. I want to hear these 10 guys though. Like, again, everybody would take CJ because he's like the youngest out of all of them.
Well, I'm not just basing it off who's the youngest. I'm saying like tomorrow, if the teams were the exact same, who I want on the field, I'd put CJ Stroud over Stafford.
I would too because of youth. That's the only reason why. Stafford has been proven and battle tested. CJ has not. You won 1 playoff game and you won 1 playoff game so far. Stafford got 4 of them things with 3 game-winning drives.
What did CJ Stroud do in that playoff game though?
You said what?
What did Stroud do in that playoff game? 270 with 3 tutties. 3 of them.
What did Stafford do? Hold on. What did Stafford do in his last playoff game?
I'll check.
Yeah, you do that.
Two touchdowns, 350, 360.
Why'd you say it with such least enthusiasm? Them numbers was just as crazy, if not better, than CJ's.
Nah, I take CJ's 3 touchdowns.
Like y'all, like the Stafford disrespect, bro. I don't know what it is, or because he was on Detroit. I don't know what that spit is, or what the hell he has to do. but he got to be the most disrespected quarterback right now.
I love Stafford.
He's the most disrespected quarterback all time and currently. No matter what he does, he's always just overlooked. No matter what he does, he went out there and got a Super Bowl. He had his I ain't gonna say best offensive weapon, but one of his best offensive weapons in Odell goes out at halftime. He loses his only tight end. Higbee goes out at halftime, has one guy, which is Cooper Kupp, and has the game-winning drive. He out there throwing no-look passes and all type of spit in the Super Bowl. And this is the effing thanks he get?
Mahomes has also thrown a few no-looks in the Super Bowl, too.
That's Mahomes. Exactly. But Mahomes don't get disrespected like Stafford. So, if anything, you helping my point.
I would take CJ Stroud over Stafford right now. If I had to win, if I had the same exact team.
So would you take Dak over Stafford?
No.
So who's these 10 guys then? You got Mahomes, maybe Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Who the
Josh Allen for sure. Josh Allen for sure.
Who else though? That's 3 people.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of teams. I'm trying to think of QBs. All right.
There's none. That's why you can't think.
I go Josh Allen, Mahomes, CJ Stroud, Hurts, Lamar.
I'm not taking Jalen Hurts over Stafford, right? Did you watch Jalen Hurts this season? You said you going off this season. Did you watch him this season?
Dude, if we played a game today, I would rather have Jalen Hurts than Stafford.
See, you're going off of opinion now, though. You're not going off of the stats and the facts and actual faculties and what they've done. What has Jalen Hurts done that Stafford hasn't?
What did Stafford do in the first 7 games of the season? Can you pull that up for me?
He was hurt. I mean, I don't know. I know what happened when he finally started playing and came back.
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
But it's funny how he's trying to go off of, how did the season start? But not how it finished and his playoff performance, which is what's supposed to matter.
Yeah, and CJ Stroud.
Every quarterback had a few bad games this season. Mahomes had trash games this season. Like, what we talking about? Mahomes and Baker Mayfield practically had the same numbers this year.
That's fine. I'm saying I would rather have CJ Stroud on the field than.
And y'all, it's not about CJ. You said it's 10 guys. You nitpicking. You can't even name 10 guys.
But you're not letting me speak.
Because you're nitpicking at Stafford. You said you pull up the list. Where's the list?
I'm trying to look one up right now so I can.
All right, I'll help you. Hold on.
Hold on, I got it. Mahomes, Burrow, Joe Burrow.
Burrow, who was trash this year, but go ahead. Okay.
I would take Burrow today. If everyone's healthy and we take Burrow today, I'd take Burrow.
I would too, but I'm just using your logic. Burrow was trash this year, and you was talking about this season. So you said based on them going into
the last 7 games, and CJ Stroud had comparable stats to Stafford. All right. Mahomes, Burrow, Hurts, Josh Allen.
Lamar.
There's a lot of guys that are hurt, so I don't know if I can name 10 because I don't want to put Aaron Rodgers in there because he was hurt, and that's kind of unfair to do. You're gonna hate this. Did I say it?
He's about to get ridiculous. There's I think anybody you about to say with the next 5 is gonna be ridiculous. But go ahead, it amuse me.
If is it unfair to put Aaron Rodgers in there?
Put Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
I know you can't name 10, so you can have Aaron Rodgers.
I put Herbert too.
Number 10. Number 10.
Herbert at number 10?
No, you call him number 10.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he said it right.
My bad.
I'll take Herbert over him. That's fine. Even though he ain't accomplished it either, but okay.
And then
you named 7 guys, by the way, and I don't agree with Hurts.
That's it. I believe. Wait, no, that might be 7.
You named 7 guys, and one of them was Hurts, who I don't think right now you could say is
Well,
better.
there was a lot of quarterbacks that were hurt. Joe Burrow was hurt.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with Burrow. I'm just saying there's not 10 quarterbacks in the NFL better than Stafford. I think that's ridiculous.
And
There's no way. There's
Okay,
no way
that's fine.
objectively that you guys, without nitpicking him, is
I had
saying
him at 11 or 10 or 11 or 12.
you just. I mean, okay, you probably don't like Stafford. I get it.
No, I like Stafford. I always liked Stafford when he was with Detroit with everybody. I was happy he got a ring.
That means you must have guys like Baker and Jared Goff, or who else would be like in that? Deshaun Watson.
Purdy. I don't put Purdy above.
Purdy's over Stafford?
After that last game, I don't put Purdy over Stafford. But that's the thing. That's the recency bias. Because if you go off, it's too objective. Because if you go off of regular season or if you go off of...
Purdy has never in his life been better than Matthew Stafford.
I think over this last season, he was better than Matthew Stafford.
He had more weapons than Matthew
He
Stafford.
had better weapons. That's true.
But yeah, them last three, like what the other guys you named are at least arguable, but whatever last three you got, there's no way possible of what's left out there. Because you already said you don't got Dak. You don't got Dak there in the top 10, so you can't be talking about him. I know you're not talking about Baker.
Stafford's number 9 or 10. That's fair. You won.
Okay, well there we go. That's all I wanted. Damn.
There's a
fight
smile.
for some love from
Here's a smile.
Why would you give him that? You were supposed to fight that to the bone. Come on, GA. You gotta fight that to the bone. Don't just give him that shit. You see how confident and how excited he fucking got? That just makes me sick. GA, don't ever let him win another battle.
I had to.
Hey, Dre, your quarterback.
Pride.
Hold on, G, I got you. Your quarterbacks are Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones. You sit this one out when the quarterback talk comes up. You don't get to talk about quarterbacks until y'all get one.
Oh,
GA at least has a decent quarterback. You got two of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
No,
now
that's funny.
the thing is,
you need to give Jalen Hurts a little more respect. That's for sure.
This is only setting the stage for next season because I'm going to be watching them Rams games.
Well, Rams won't be doing shiznit next year. That's for damn sure.
Y'all said that this year. Y'all said 4 wins.
Well, I hate y'all, so you know I'm always going to say that.
Motherfucker. Remember?
Bro, you guys can go 16-0 and I'll still bet against you.
Damn. That's another kind of hate.
The Lakers could go 82-0 and I'll still go against them.
That's because you salty. You don't.
That's crazy.
He don't want us to get that 18 before they do.
We're doing it this year. But I think
now with
Mr. 11th place in the Western Conference.
But let's go, man. I need y'all predictions, man. Who y'all got? Chiefs, Ravens.
Well, Lamar's gone this weekend, and so is Purdy. So Chiefs in Detroit.
I'm gonna go.
Bye, Lamar.
I'm gonna go Chiefs 26, Ravens 24.
Okay, you got a dog fight.
Mm-hmm.
6 Ravens. Ew. If that comes remotely close.
I'm gonna go Baltimore, man. Like I said, I think Lamar's thirsty right now. I think he's like literally like he could taste the Lombardi already. Like I think it's that bad. You know what I mean? I think the worst thing he could have done is have all the him have the troubles and mishaps he had this summer with getting paid, and then all of the fans jumping on his back the way they'd have, like as far as, oh, well, you don't win playoff games anyway, or you not this, or you always hurt, or you always this. I think all of that just fueled him. You need to get an agent. Why is your mom your agent? Like I think he took all of that and just put it into this season, and I feel like he's nowhere near done. I think he has unfinished business, and I mean, Yeah, I won't get my Super Bowl pick yet, but I think for sure, I think he's on the mission. I think he gets past the Chiefs. It won't be easy by any effing means. If you want to beat Mahomes, you are going to have to thoroughly beat Mahomes. Pause. But I do think he's going to be able to get it done.
You got to do whatever it takes to beat Mahomes, Lamar.
Literally.
Yeah.
Even if that means bending the rules a bit.
Just like a Patriots fan.
I feel like Lamar is probably the most criticized NFL player. There's this
preach. GA is my guy again.
Stop it, GA.
Preach.
GA, relax.
Preach, bro.
This is one of my favorite quotes.
Now he's 2 for 2.
If my haters saw me walk on water, it's because they think I couldn't swim. That's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, like it's crazy, man. Like that's the only point I was making to Dre earlier when I was talking about what they were saying about him. It's like I don't see no other quarterback who's had the, I'm not saying he's won a Super Bowl, but as far as being like a winning quarterback, he does win games. I don't see any of the other quarterbacks get nearly as much scrutiny as he does. None of them. The only one that comes close is Dak, but that's deserved.
Yeah, I feel like if Lamar beats the Chiefs and wins the Super Bowl, he's a Hall of Fame lock. Like he's
hot take.
I feel like he's already on. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer, but I feel like he's a Hall of Fame lock if he wins a Super Bowl this year. Because you're talking about a Super Bowl and 2 MVPs. There's not a lot of.
So you think he's getting MVP this year?
I do think so.
I think Mahomes is.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's how I felt when they gave it to Rodgers over Cup a couple years ago. They just gave it to a quarterback. I think it should be McCaffrey, though, if you ask me. But that's just if you ask me.
McCaffrey for sure deserves it, especially after that shit game that Purdy played on Christmas or whatever it was.
Yeah. I think it should be McCaffrey.
Those 4 interceptions threw him out of the play MVP picture.
It just shows that they're going to force feed it to a quarterback no matter what.
Yeah.
If they give it to Lamar, I think it's an example of that. They're going to force feed it to a quarterback no matter what. You have to it's crazy with a quarterback. All you have to do is have a good season and your team is doing good and you can win. If you're any other position, you have to be
breaking records.
One of the greatest seasons that position's ever seen.
You got to go undefeated and
all that shit, bro. All that.
I feel like McCaffrey does have a solid shot at it this year because there's been a lot of conversation about it being a quarterback award, and I feel like there's been a lot of backlash about that.
That's what offensive that's basically what offensive player of the year is like. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's to me that's turned into who the real MVP is, and MVP is the quarterback award now, and that's not how it's supposed to be. I would give it to McCaffrey for MVP, Tyreek Hill for Offensive Player of the Year. Those would be my picks. Stop force feeding quarterbacks this award.
Yeah, I agree.
Detroit and the Niners. I know Jay gave his pick already, but
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure who GA has. So I guess that just leaves me.
Detroit.
Let me see.
GA's pulling for Detroit.
Yeah,
I got Detroit winning this game.
Wait, what?
I'm just playing.
I was about to say, damn. Life comes at you fast. You never know. Damn, this is a hard one, actually, man. This is harder than the Baltimore one for me.
Really? Oh.
Because honestly, I don't like neither one of these niggas. If you want me to be real.
You are so nice.
I wanted Bake Show to beat Detroit. That's what I wanted. Because I would have picked Tampa in this game too.
You're fucking wild.
Yep, I would have put actual dollars on it. Goodness gracious, man. Somebody pull my arm so I could just pick.
I'll let you have some time. I'll make my pick. I'm going to go 49ers. Let's see. I got the 49ers winning it. I'm just trying to figure out a score so we can come back to it and see how much of a genius I am. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say low scoring game. I'm gonna say 21-13 Niners.
I know we hate unanimouses on this show, but I'm gonna go Niners, man. Even though I hate to say it, I hate these effing guys. But you know what? I don't mind a 2012 rematch and Lamar being the one to beat these guys. So I'm gonna say Niners. I think Niners have enough firepower. Those Lions secondary are god awful at times, and I think if Debo is healthy come that game with Kittle and McCaffrey and all those boys, Ayuk, I don't think they have enough on that end of the field. So
But you never know.
I'm gonna go Niners. I mean, yeah, of course, you never know, but I think it's gonna be 2012 rematch. And I guess I'll give my prediction on that too. I got Baltimore beating the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Honestly, I think if it ends up being Ravens and Frisco, you got to think about it. So they met on Christmas Day or whatever, and Baltimore beat the shit out of them. Now, say they meet in the Super Bowl, bro. If they end up meeting, San Francisco I think San Francisco will have a little more footage on that on the offense and defensive side.
Hey,
But
GA, tell
what we were talking about.
hey, GA, tell your people don't be cutting off the lights and spit again, nigga. Fair, do it. Give them a fair and square game. I'm be trying to
Hey,
cut off.
like Dre was
cut off
saying,
the system.
you ain't trying. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
I'm telling you, it works.
No, it did, but it didn't work though. That's the thing.
It almost did.
It helped them get back in it, but it didn't work ultimately.
And real quick, I just want to revert to something real fast. Speaking of saltiness, the Bills shut off the Chiefs' hot water after the game.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that tweet.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I mean, I'm sure the Chiefs don't care. I'm sure that's a problem they would love to have.
Yeah, that's cold
We
water.
on our way to the championship.
Yeah.
Y'all salty.
I was just thinking about this the other day. Y'all know about like the Super Bowl graphic, how it like has like the certain colors.
Uh huh.
If like this year it was purple and red, and that's the 49ers and the Ravens. And then the last 2 years, it's been like the Rams colors and the Bengals colors, and then
Are you saying it's scripted?
I'm not one to say it's scripted, but it's
It
looking
seemed
that
like
way.
it.
It's a hell of a coincidence, huh?
Did you see on Instagram where the news accidentally leaked?
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Where they leaked the Super Bowl?
No, but Baltimore and the Niners in Vegas. Oh my gosh,
That's business.
I want to be in Vegas, bro, for that. Like
That's business. That's a business deal.
I'll meet y'all boys down there. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's right down the street from us, man. That's a little trip for you.
Is there a Super Bowl party at your house this year?
Yeah, I was trying to set something up for us to all link up over there, man, but we'll see, man, because I also don't want to be in that traffic either. So I might try to leave like that Tuesday or Wednesday and then stay like an extra couple days to avoid it.
Hey, bro,
I know that traffic
man,
is going to be ridiculous.
bro, if you end up, let me know. Because I for sure I'm going to try to make it too. I want to go too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know. Yeah. We're going to do a Super Bowl preview and obviously a championship recap and all of that. We got 2 episodes before the Super Bowl. We're going to do our recap next week, and then we're going to do an official Super Bowl preview like that Tuesday before the Super Bowl. So
before. Okay.
Yeah, so we still, it's about to be that time, gentlemen. Getting closer to the off season. Just a couple things though. The Pascal Siakam trade to Indiana. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I like it. I think because Indiana's already doing pretty good as like right now. Miles Turner is hitting on all cylinders. Now you're bringing Pascal Siakam, and he's not just any average Joe. No.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying he's like, oh my God, but dude, you see what he brings to the table in Toronto night in and night out? Not only does he have a good shooting ability, but he has an ability to attack the paint. He can rebound, and occasionally he'll hit you with a nice 3-pointer. So he can do all around stuff. So, and then it translates to defense. I think he has great skills on the defensive side as well too. But ultimately, I feel like his mark is going to be made on that offensive end. He is going to be a huge addition, and he's going to help guys out like Miles Turner and Halliburton and all these other guys.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't like too phased by it, but I do still think Indiana's probably like at least another guy away. The best version we've seen of Siakam is when he was next to like a bona fide superstar, and I don't feel like that's Hallie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do think he can be a star in this league. I love what he's been able to put together this season, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't see, I don't look at Halliburton the same way I look at Shy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Shy is looking like
Shy is on a planet of his own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think Siakam next to a guy like that is what like would take him. You know, that's when he's like the best version of himself. But I think Indiana still needs one more guy. And then I think they'll be in that talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying finals, but at least like playoff contention.
Yeah, right. No, like playoff contention. All right.
Yeah. This trade, I don't know. Like you were saying, it wasn't like too big news for you, but I feel like it's obviously a solid trade. It upgrades their team, but it really doesn't move me. I don't think this team.
Yeah, same. That's exactly how I felt, bro. I was like so unfazed, but I thought it was interesting though.
Yeah, I still think there's four to five four-ish teams better than them in the East. So I don't know.
You being nice.
And you know what's funny too is I think even now I will say one trade to me that didn't really like, oh my God, what? And this to me was just like okay, cool. But the Marvin Bagley trade, I wasn't too hype on that.
I didn't mention it for a reason.
I know that's why I had to bring it up, but that's why I was like, I felt bad.
I forgot that he even got traded until I seen it again today.
Hey, but we're all sports analysis, so I had to throw that in there. We can't just leave him out like that. I don't want to talk about it either.
I talk, but you know why I don't usually bring up trades like that, because especially like when Isaiah and all of them in here, if I bring up a trade like that, they're gonna tear me apart just for bringing it up. Like nobody care about that spit. Nobody want to talk about that spit. So certain trades I just don't even mention. Like we a different kind of show, bro. We ain't got to mention every single solitary person. And I've tried to fight with them and like, come on, man. We can't just be casuals, only talk about the stars. But if it's really a relevant trade, bro, they will let me know about it. And you know it. So, yeah, I left that.
It looks like Isaiah and them got to you. He said there's a reason why I
don't know is DeJounte Murray right now, though, because.
Yeah, where's.
Supposedly, according to, even though, shams don't always be the most accurate, but. Apparently that there was a deal in place to get done for DeJounte Murray to the Lakers.
I'm not a fan.
The issue was they're trying to find a third team to take on D'Angelo Russell because they don't want to take him. So that's...
No, you guys keep D-Russ. He's your star.
I don't mind keeping D'Angelo. I don't have a problem with D'Lo. I don't have a problem with D'Lo, but I think you got to make the money make sense because, I think DeJounte... I think he just got paid recently. So
sorry, DeJounte. If you go to the Lakers, I'm no longer a fan of you. So
you think he gives a F, man?
I know he doesn't, but
that would be crazy though. That would really just show the monopoly that Rich Paul.
Y'all need it. You guys are what 21 and 22.
Rich Paul is AD's agent, LeBron's agent, and DeJounte Murray's agent. So that would be 3 guys that he done forced to the same team. That would be crazy.
And you guys are sitting 21 and 22 at the moment, I believe, right?
I think so. Well, we just won last night, so I think
we might be up at 500.
Yeah, we just beat we blew the lead. We blew that lead.
Brooklyn.
Lead. I forgot. It was Brooklyn, yeah. But did we? I think we played somebody after that though, unless I'm tripping.
But the thing is, with the
I
Brooklyn
watch
game,
too
is
much
you guys
Laker
compete.
basketball, bro. I can't remember.
No, I know, but I was gonna say, like, but not gonna lie though, like that Brooklyn game in the first half, it was looking like, oh crap, like, damn, Brooklyn really about to lose this one. But then second half started and they just ran.
Blew it, man. And it's crazy because Brooklyn turned around and did the same thing to the Clippers. They were up and beating on them, and then Clippers came back on them. Like, it was crazy. Okay, so it was Portland that we just beat yesterday.
I wanted to mention that. My bad, GA.
So we're 22 again.
So back at 500, and I was just gonna mention. Do you see how crazy? Because I hear announcers say it all the time, but it's crazy to see how fast the league moves year in and year out. The sport only gets faster every year.
Yeah,
every year. And please bring Steve Van Gundy back to ESPN, please.
You mean Jeff Van Gundy?
Jeff, I'm sorry. Please bring Jeff Van Gundy back.
What are you talking about?
I need the original squad. I love Doris Burke, but
whoever's bright idea was to fire Mark Jackson for Doc Rivers, you need to be fired expeditiously.
No.
They just be fired for fucking reason, dude.
I didn't even have that much of a problem with Doris, but you're gonna replace Mark the GOAT with Doc Rivers? That was nasty work.
I can't believe
hear that raspy voice all damn game, saying the same spit over and over about what you did as a coach. We saw what you did as a coach. Blow 3-1 leads back to back to back.
Yo, I just wanted to throw this out there. Sorry, I just wanted to throw this out there. Karl Anthony Towns has 22 points in 12 minutes of game action. So 50 ball.
Damn, Dre, is that because I called him a bum the other day? Remember?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Every time.
You did call him a bum.
Every time I call him a bum, he goes off right after
that.
But you know what, too?
A lot, bro.
The one fraud.
But hold on, shout out Karl Anthony Towns though, because he got the baddest broad in the game, so I gotta respect him for that. But go ahead, Jay.
He's zesty.
No, you're hilarious. No, I just think too. You know, another person we can add on that fraudulent list is that motherfucker Joel Embiid. That son of a bitch. That inconsistent son of a bitch.
Inconsistent? Do you know what he's averaging this season? Inconsistent.
The playoffs.
You saying what he's averaging this season?
In the playoffs.
Hold on. Thank you, GA. Thank you for correcting me. Hold on.
You will hold your horses, nigga. In that playoff shit.
I don't give a... Bro, I don't need to see... Bro, we have seen him in the playoffs, and he chokes with his inconsistent ass. Man. He balls out.
Embiid will see y'all. Embiid will see y'all, April, and make sure y'all bring that same energy.
We will see him exiting the first round.
That same energy with you.
I will. Because they are the Dallas version of. They are the Dallas Cowboys of basketball.
No, because Embiid don't got that. Nah, because Embiid don't got that type of talent, so you can't say that.
Hold on, Embiid is one of those guys that will inspire. Not inspire. Let me rephrase that. He's one of those guys that will wow you in the regular season, and then once it gets to the playoffs, he ain't got shit to show for. Nada. He cries and he whines. And by the way, I just want to throw in Jokic, get it correct, has 29 triple dubs this season and a ring. He didn't cry about the MVP award last year.
He didn't have to because they kept trying to baby him and gift it to him every year. So he didn't have to.
Because Embiid cried.
He already robbed him once as it is.
Because Embiid cried. He cried.
The crazy thing is, I don't even hate dude as much as y'all think he do. I think Gerber-Kitch and Embiid, I think both of them should have. I think they should both have two MVPs. I think Gerber-Kitch should have two. Embiid should have two, including this season. So, I just feel like he robbed him for that first one, and then they gave him that second. The second one might have been earned, but they robbed him on the first one, and then they tried to rob him again last year if Perkins wouldn't have called them out. So. I appreciate. He'll take that.
At the end of the day.
But this year, it's not even arguable who MVP is. It's not even effing arguable.
But what's he gonna do once he gets it? Not a damn thing. Not a
I hope
thing.
he's at a place in his career where he doesn't care about the MVP anymore, and he knows this is the last thing he needs to do.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
No, for real, because I said it last year. That's the thing. I'm not as biased as y'all think I am. Going into the playoffs last year, what did I keep saying when the playoffs started last year? I said I think Embiid has this problem where he chases the MVP so much, and then he takes the gas off when the playoff starts because you was so damn focused and using all your energy trying to get that damn MVP award. If you can go back to the tape, I said that before the playoffs even started last year.
His ass will never
I'm well aware of how this man is. But what I'm saying is this feels a little different because now he has the MVP. So now the only thing left to be hungry for is to do the same thing that your contemporary that you keep busting in the regular season, Gerber Kitch, you have to do what he just did and go get you your own finals MVP.
The thing is, he ain't hungry, though. He ain't hungry.
He's not hungry enough.
Hey, it looked like it to me.
For free throws.
He's
hungry for free throws. I've never seen in my life a 300-pound man get just flop out of the way like he does, bro. It's actually.
Yeah, you want to talk about flopping?
All NBA players be doing that shit.
Not as bad as Embiid.
They all do that shit.
But Embiid gets the call, bro. That's the problem. Embiid gets the call.
Embiid really be getting hacked though. Like y'all act like he don't be getting fouled.
Giannis.
As soon as he gets the ball, he's going straight to the rack. Like they can't do nothing with that man. He averaging 35 for a reason.
And so does that bum LeBron. He's the biggest flopper of all as well.
Now you talking about GA boy. Let me see what you say.
Yeah, I know.
That flopping motherfucker. I got something for you. Hold up.
I don't want to hear it if it's about LaCry bitch James. I don't care. LeBron, if you're watching this, retire. You're on your last legs anyways. You're on your last fucking legs anyways.
Hey, GA, I got you.
Hold on.
You son of a bitch. Don't you dare, GA. GA, don't you fucking dare.
Now, I wanted to bring this up, though. The MVP
you bum! You fucking bum!
The MVP award is based off of the story at this point because LeBron James should have 6 or 7 of them motherfuckers.
That's big cap. Okay, before we get up out of here, GA, I just got a question. I love asking Bron fans this. I love asking you Bron sexuals this question. Right, I just want you to tell me. I want you to give me 1 year he should have won MVP that he didn't. Just give me one.
Derrick Rose season. Derrick Rose season. Look at.
What? The year the Bulls went 73-5 or whatever? Really? You give it to that bum?
Yeah, everybody. I love D Rose too. I have his fucking jersey somewhere. Let me pull this shit up.
Yeah, how old were you when that happened? How old were you when Derrick Rose had that season? Because you can't remember that.
No, I can't.
But so there's no way. I feel like you're just repeating the rhetoric you've heard all these guys on TV try to revise history.
Like you were saying,
I watched that whole season.
You can't just go off stats, but LeBron's stats were way better than Derrick Rose's.
First of all, they weren't way better. They were a little better, but they were not way better. That's first. Second of all, that season, LeBron had teamed up and got him a powerhouse type of team. And there were only 3 teams in the league that anybody was talking about. It was Miami, it was Boston, and it was the Lakers. Those are the only teams that mattered that anybody was talking about. All of a sudden, this little young guy in Chicago come out of nowhere and had an injury-ridden team on top of that, takes his team to 62 wins and was closing games. Something that LeBron was not doing at the time because they was trying to figure out the whole Wade dynamic. So I saw that season top to bottom, bro. I saw the injuries that he went through. His best player majority of the season was Luol Deng.
Yeah.
That was his second best player. You have Chris Bosh and
Joakim Noah. Put some respect on Joakim Noah's name, man.
Well, no, I think Noah was hurt a lot too, but not even Noah's
Yeah.
a bum. Noah's a bum. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Noah?
I'm just
And we talking
bullshit.
about
I'm just
Dwayne Wade
bullshit.
and Chris Bosh? Like, what? We like?
I'm
Come
just,
on, bro.
I'm just bullshit, bro.
You talking about two arguable? Well, Wade was top 5 for sure, but then you have another arguable top 10 player on your team compared to what Derrick Rose had to work with, and he still got more wins than you did. And again, his numbers, when you looking in hindsight, yeah, they were probably a little better, but that's why what Dre just said. Numbers don't always tell the whole story because he
That is
still
true.
averaged like 25
I
and
do agree
8.
with that. I
And
do
led
agree
his
with
team to
that.
62 wins when Luol Deng was the second best player majority of the season.
He really had Luol Deng as the second best.
He had players like Ronnie Brewer and Keith Bogans in his rotation.
Carlos
What are we
Boozer.
talking about? Do you even know who those guys are?
No.
Okay. I don't know why you do, but I'm glad you do.
I would say I'm not
That's the worst year you could have picked out of all the years was 2011.
2015 too. 2015 too.
Who got it in 15? Steph? 15
was
I think
Steph.
was Steph.
Was it?
Why did he deserve it over Steph?
Hold on. Was that Steph's year?
I think Steph had like 60, 65, 66 wins or something that year.
And they started that season 24-0.
No, that was the year after that. That was
Nah, I
Oh,
think
the year after.
yeah.
I'm forgetting what season it was, but if
I
we
think you talking about KD's MVP because that's another one people try to discredit. I think 2014.
Kobe
They
should
tried to
have
say that one, and they
Kobe
tried to
should have
say 2018, the one they gave Harden.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think Harden should have more than one MVP, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Kobe should have another one too.
I agree wholeheartedly.
R.I.P. to that,
At
man.
least 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying though. Like the MVP award is just based off of the story. They want to give it to somebody else, so they have a story.
I think Westbrook made it like that. I think Westbrook
Yeah, but
was
you
like
gotta
the
realize
first MVP in the 10s era where it was literally just off of like people feeling sorry for you because KD left you. And I mean, he did have
That was triple double year.
he did have the triple double year, but here's my thing. Go look at James Harden's numbers that year.
That is
He
true.
averaged like damn near 30 a game with like 11 assists. He only averaged 2 rebounds less than Westbrook, and they were number 1 in the West.
That's what I'm saying though. Like
So
everyone,
it's like that's because he got 2 more rebounds. I know it looks pretty,
Yeah.
triple double. The storyline was there. KD left you.
That's what I'm saying.
He hit the shot on Denver to get them to the playoffs. The storyline was there. But if we actually go off of what the criteria has been, best player on best team with the best numbers, I felt like that should have. If we were going off of what the criteria typically was, it should have been James Harden. Like Westbrook was a 6 seed that year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That like a lot of these years, it's just the shiny new toy, somebody that's new.
Yeah.
Because like everybody likes parity. Some like when Golden State was winning a ton of chips, a lot of people.
The Eagles probably struggling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you win MVP over and over again, people get tired of that shit, so they want to see somebody else win it.
That's
So
true too.
If your numbers are similar and you're a player that hasn't won it, you have a greater chance at winning it. If that makes any
Just
sense.
like that, I could tell they've been thirsting and wanting to force feed an MVP to Tatum so bad these last few years.
On God,
They want to give him one so effing bad, bro. They're waiting to do it when it's not like blasphemous to give it to him. But Tatum just won't hold up his end of the bargain. There's always like at least 3 or 4 guys outplaying him. And it's happening again this season. I know they want to give him one though.
This is Karl Anthony Towns has 34 points right now with 3 minutes to go in the second.
We're gonna leave on that note. Thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been, man. Make sure I continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's take this to the furthest extent. Thank you to my brothers GA and Dre for pulling up, man, to talking some football, basketball, all that good stuff, man. It was glad to see y'all. It's been a long time no see, GA. Hope we see you again soon. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We almost at the end of the road, unfortunately. But it's been a long journey this season. Hopefully we get GA for some of these fun off-season debates and all that good stuff. And make sure y'all check us out on all major directories from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora. Just type in All Grind Sports Show. Also on YouTube as well. Same thing. And that's it, man. Go Lakers, go Rams, go Dodgers. Peace. See y'all next week.
Holla.